to my channel. I am Sonique. I recently did a walkthrough of the latest Total Tarot magazine, which had as the deck the Silver Witchcraft Tarot, and I said in that video that I was going to purchase the full-size version in the kit set because Barbara Moore's guidebooks are really good, and I wanted to actually just have a quick look at the difference between what we get in the magazine and what we get in the bigger versions. So I will just zoom out as it's arrived and we will have a look at it together. Okay, so I'll just take the glaring plastic off first. So as you can probably tell, it's quite a big box, and it's Barbara Moore and Franco Rivoli, Ancient Wisdom of Tarot. We've got a magnetic closure, my favourite. Let's see how we've integrated the space. So we've got the book and then we've got the cards. So on the back of the box, Luna's silvery light and the cycles of the year reveal the intricate patterns of life. Each image of the Silver Witchcraft Tarot creates a bridge between traditional tarot meanings and the wisdom of the pagan path. So it is intertwining the two systems there. In Luna's silvery light, it is easier to see the intricate complexities of life. In the context of the cycles of life, the patterns of our lives become clearer. Use the cards in the book for divination, for connecting with the divine as you seek for guidance. And then at the bottom here, we've got some images from the deck. And I have done a full walkthrough with this version on that Total Tarot magazine video, so I don't actually intend to do that again for this video. I want to look more at the book contents, because as I said in that one, as I said in that video, I believe this book is going to make all the difference. So let's do a little comparison here. So they're the same size. I'm interested to see if there's any difference. Yes, there is. Okay, so they're borderless, whereas the one from the Total Tarot magazine has borders on it. The Total Tarot magazine one seems darker there. And then the bottom text has got two lines there, whereas on the Total Tarot magazine it has the same font, but it doesn't have those two lines. The other interesting thing here is they appear to be thicker. So this is the Total Tarot version with the borders. This is the kit version without the borders, and yeah, as you can see, the cardstock is definitely thicker, a lot thicker in the kit version. So there's another distinction between them. I don't know if it's picking up on camera, but the background on the kit version looks purple in the sky, whereas it sort of looks an indigo on the Total Tarot version. And also, if I line up the horizon there, they're printed slightly different. So the moon, there's more blue above the moon in the Total Tarot version. The other cool thing about having the borderless version is when you actually put the cards together without the borders, they line up really much better than they do with the borders. Although, not quite. What's going on there? Surely, I don't understand what's going on there. So the Empress is elevated really when you look at that, but then the Sun, I don't know, it doesn't work, does it? Oh, what a shame. And it's interesting that the way we actually get more of the top part of the card in the Total Tarot magazine version than we do in the kit version. Other than that, I don't think there's any sort of noticeable differences between the two. I just think, oh look, yeah, the colour difference there. I'm not sure if this is picking up on camera, but there is a definite colour hue change in the kit version than there is in the Total Tarot magazine version. So yeah, there's that. Anyway, I think that's about as much as I need to go into with the differences in the cards. So let's have a little look at the book, shall we? Because this is where I think the difference is really going to come into play. So we have 2014 is when this was released. We've got 157 pages. We've got some spreads. Oh, quite a few. So we go from a 1 card, 3, the horseshoe spread, the new moon spread, alternate new moon spread, Sabbath spread, spellwork divination spread. It's got steps as well to that one. Okay, what have we got in the front? An introduction, the basics, how to do a reading, other uses for the tarot, the major arcana, the minor arcana, the court cards, and those spreads that we saw at the back there. So this is the introduction. So 2.5 pages of introduction, basics, so the structure of the tarot. And this is where we saw in that Total Tarot magazine about the moon, silver thread, silver wings and silver flames as the cups, pentacles, swords and wands. And then here is the numbering system. Understanding the cycle. The cards of the Silver Witchcraft Tarot takes into account both the traditional meanings and the cyclic meaning, even when they seem occasionally very different. So this must veer away a bit from the Rider-Waite-Smith that we're used to. So when reading the cards, try to perceive a pattern to understand whether in the current moment you need more to focus on a linear direction, the need for achievement, or to focus on a cyclic direction, the need for continuity. And then also connections, patterns of numbers, reducing numbers down. We talk about the intuition, how to do the reading, and there's lots of tips in here for card reading. So what to look for, things to look out for, how to analyse the suits, how to check the numbers, like multiple numbers and what that means, patterns, individual cards, further tips for clearer reading. How good is that? Other uses, so we've got the magical works and journaling, meditation, and then we're on to the cards. So we start with the major arcana, what the major arcana is all about. This is so in-depth. This is really good. Areas of being, so in the major, what the numbers are. Oh, this is so good. And then on page 32 we actually reach the card divination themselves. So if you remember in the Total Tarot magazine, I've actually put them into the folders, but for the divination on each card we had about so much. In the kit we have that much for the majors, and then we have the keywords here. And for the minors we've got a whole chapter on minors here, and a whole full page for each of those minors. There's 3 of Pentacles, talks about Imbolc. The 8 of Pentacles. So we're actually now coming into autumn, and this addresses that. So the suit meaning, and then the number meaning. So maybe autumn equinox, the world preparing to go to sleep. So the traditional meaning, concentration on work. The season is autumn. The description on the card. and then talking about what Mabon is about. And then it says here, when night comes, it comes only to half of the world. You cannot live all your life in the light, but you can learn to see in darkness and create lights for others to see as well. There is nothing to fear and so much to be done. And then we have the keywords. So that's cool. Then we, oh, look at this! It goes, okay, so we've got the court cards, 2 full pages on the court cards, and then we've got this box. Now, we've seen this box in the Total Tarot magazine, but how does it put it here? So it divides them into each of the court cards and what they're about. So queens are about feeling and knowing, kings are about knowing and doing, knights are about learning and doing, and pages about feeling and learning. That is brilliant. That is so good. This is a teaching manual. It really is so good. And then we're on to the spreads. So there you go. That's the difference between the kit and the magazine, and to me, to my mind, that's a huge difference. And so I think maybe using the magazine, because I mean it's quite inexpensive really when you compare it. What did I pay for this one? I bought it from Wordery and it cost £24.88 with free shipping. So yeah, I mean it's a lot more expensive than buying the magazines. But if you really want to learn tarot and you want to go deeper, then I think this is the way to go. And a heads up, the next issue of the Total Tarot magazine, the next 2 issues, the deck that's included is the New Vision Tarot. And I actually do have the full kit of that. I've had it from some time. When that magazine comes, I'll go through that kit as well. But just to let you know, the guidebook is phenomenal in that kit. So it's something to consider, you know. Maybe if you're already subscribed to the Total Tarot magazine and you're happy with it, that's great. And then if there's a deck there that you think, I really want to know this better, then perhaps consider buying the actual kit. That's just my thoughts. I'm not encouraging you to spend money. It's up to you what you spend your money on. It's just in my viewpoint. I think these guidebooks, not all of them, but a lot of these guidebooks are just worth their weight in gold. So, and usually with the older decks, you can sometimes get them quite cheap as well. And I think a lot of these decks are based on older books. I mean, for instance, the next one, the Tarot of the New Vision, I'm sure it's about 2004 or something. I'll just check. Hold on. Don't you love the way I say hold on as if you're just there holding on? Anyway, Tarot of the New Vision, this is the guidebook. And it says, I wasn't far off, it's 2005. And this is the 2nd edition, 2013. So again, such a really, really good guidebook for this one. So as you can see, a lot of these decks are older decks. I hope you enjoyed that and it was a little bit informative. Helps to inform a decision you might or might not make. Anyway, until the next video, friends, thank you so much for watching. Bye. Bye, friends.